Hello and welcome back. My name's Dave, and today we've got a film called Once Upon. Hello and welcome back. My name's Dave, and today we've got a film called Once Upon a Time on a Texas Train. Now it's kind of an interesting one because we've got Richard Widmark, Sean Cassidy, Angie Dickinson, and Willie Nelson. Now for 20 years. His only thought was revenge. So, back in the day, there was like Civil War in the US. And so these guys fought in Civil War because to me it looks like they're that sort of people. Anyway, when they're younger, Captain Hayes, he become a bit more wary, a bit more done. He's a bit more wanting to shift to one side and call his day on being a law enforcement. The mighty law enforcement squad is named the Texas Rangers. The Texas Rangers, you've probably heard quite a few times before. These people who travel all over Texas, obviously, border to border, rounding up these cons and villains and bandits and God knows what else, and put them behind bars and to basically tidy up the place. Of course, Captain Hayes, he captures this villain, the ultimate villain, the notorious John Henry. And then slaps him behind bars, who sat there for a good 20 years, okay? So imagine 20 years. That is a long time. There's no early parole that I knew of in this film, so he sat there for 20 years. Amazing what they've done with the faces and the costumes and such, to make it age differently, But the bandit is put in jail, and he's got to try and contemplate what he's doing for life. So what does he do? He comes out after 20 years in jail, and out of spite, you would have thought he would have come across, gave up by now. He's like, oh, fair enough, whatever, Out of spite, goes and robs a bank, a Texas bank for $20,000. Now, what sort of idiot goes and does that sort of thing? It's one of them questionable acts, really. I have to say, it's one of those strangest things possible. Could you? Oh yeah, I'm gonna come out of jail and I'm gonna walk across the street within a couple of hours. You've been released and rob the goddamn bank. Yeah. Surely after 20 years, times have changed, right? Enough to say there's security on the bank that would record the alarm, be able to get the police a bit sooner, or the sheriffs or rangers. A bit more security or something. The people will look different, dress differently, act differently. 20 years is a long time to not have much change, but not in this film the way it looks. To me, it hasn't really aged enough. You can change your hair, costume a little bit. You can add some wigs and whatever, and do some makeup and smooth your face out a little bit for her days. But to me, it doesn't kind of age enough for me. It needs to separate itself a bit more. But saying that, it's still a really good film, and it's really still entertaining, and it's not one of the finest films that has been made for westerns. I do believe there's better out there, but this one still has you saying it's a good watch, and it's good once you had a collection. Although to me it's a little confusing at times. So yeah, it's just one you got to try and get your head around a little bit more. It's one of those you got to really sort of sit and think and watch and digest your mind over, really. So it's fascinating, though, really. It is entertaining. So basically, I don't want to spoil the end of the film for you, so I won't go there. But it's a really sort of interesting looking case, and I like the way it's presented in the front here. A shame the guy here is a little bit on the small side. Why they did that for, I don't know. And of course you got the gang across the bottom here. Fair enough. We've got to have a gang, haven't we? So got to have a gang. Yeah, really sort of nice front, nice bit of text in the bottom there saying thought it was revenge. And you got the credits of people at the bottom there. And on the back, once upon a time of Texas. I can't say that bit. Anyway, you get the nice bit of text here all about the story and whatnot. So as far as I'm aware of, no special features or anything, so it's just you just get the film as it were. And the chapter scene selection is different on this one, a little bit different. it got them on the side here instead on the DVD here. So that's very different. That's very different. And the disc here, same as what's on the front. So yeah, not much different, but I like how the disc actually matches the front of the case. So that's quite something. Usually you get some that don't match at all, and it looks really quite silly. But no, yeah, what was it? It's about an hour and a half long. So if you can stick out most things these days, you know, hour and a half long. This is a nice simple watch, and it's I like it enough to keep it on my shelf, and I like it enough to recommend to you to watch. So please, if you ever get a chance, you can find us in the store at a good price or anywhere, you know, have a go. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time for another one. Bye bye.